Welcome back. In today's tutorial, I will demystify jargons of North Indian classical music like Taal, Aavartan, Sam, Khali, etc. And we will also look at 3 common Taals and how to count them and what the bolds of the Taal are. Now, since Big Bang, we have had time. Time is a fundamental part of this universe. The musical interpretation of time is rhythm. Indian rhythm in particular is cyclic in nature. Now, this cyclic aspect of time is quite intuitive because we divide the rotation of the earth as a 24-hour cycle, the revolution of earth around the sun as a 365-day period, and therefore it is part of the human interpretation to see time as cycles. Right from the first sundials that we created were cyclic in nature, depending on the movement of the sun. And the clocks today are, of course, cyclic. We start at 12 o'clock, the day starts at 12 a.m., and then you move through the day 2 circles and you reach 11:59 and few more seconds p.m., and then finally 12 again, 00. The starting point of the circle is known as summum or the sum. When you draw a circle, you start from one point, you go around, and then even if you end fractionally short of the starting point, you haven't completed the circle. So the circle is complete only when you come back to the starting point. In terms of rhythm, let's say we have a cycle of 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, Indian classical rhythm says that the 4 is completed when you come back to the 1, which is the sum. So that the 4 beat cycle would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's when you complete a cycle. The next word which we'll look at is Aavartan. Aavartan is one cycle. You start from the sum, you traverse through the cycle, and you end. That is one Aavartan. So if we have, let's say, 5 cycles, then that is known as 5 Aavartans. Now let's understand the word Taal. Taal is a cycle, of course, but North Indian music also has few other criteria for a certain number of beats to be called a Taal. For example, let's look at Teental, which is a Taal of 16 beats. However, mentioning just the number of beats is not sufficient. It is also how you divide the total number of beats and give the circle a structure. Teental, our example, is divided into 4 equal halves. And based on those 4 equal halves, we make a composition which is known as the Theka of Teental. This Theka accurately defines the movement or the division of the Taal. Teental, in our example, is divided into 4 equal halves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1. Now the bolds that are used to correctly portray Teental are dha, dhin, dhin, dha. First 4 beats. Second 4 beats, dha, dhin, dhin, dha. And then the third set of 4 beats is na, tin, tin, na. And the final set of 4 is titta, dhin, dhin, na. We can count the Taal on the grooves of a finger. So Teental would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, back to 1. In terms of the Theka, dha, dhin, dhin, dha. Dha, dhin, dhin, dha. Na, tin, tin, na, ta, dhin, dhin, dha, dha. 9th beat here is known as the Khali. Khali of a Taal refers to the strokes that do not have any bass in them. So either I play flat notes on the left hand, the baya, or I don't play anything. Let's look at the phrases of Teental. The first 4 beats: dha, dhin, dhin, dha. Second 4 beats are the same. And then the khali, which will not use the left hand. Na, tin, tin, na. And then the last 4 beats are. I'd like to mention that sometimes for the 9th beat, we also play dha, tin, tin, na, which is the same as na, tin, tin, na, but just to give an accent on the 9th beat, we also play dha, tin, tin, na. Notice that I was also decorating the empty parts between the 2 strokes and kind of coloring the whole theka. The word used in Indian classical music for this decoration is known as khana puri. Let's listen to the Teental once more. Another important concept of Indian rhythm is Laya, which means the tempo. Now, the range of tempo is divided primarily into 3 categories. The first is the Vilambit Laya or the Vilambit tempo. The word Vilambit literally means slow. Medium tempo is the Madhya Laya. Madhya again means medium. And fast tempo is known as Drut. Drut also literally means fast. So the Drut Laya. Now something that's very slow is known as Ati Vilambit. Ati means very. So Ati Vilambit is very slow. And something that's very fast is known as Ati Drut. We find Ati Vilambit thekas being played for the Khayal form of music. Please do check out Khayal form of vocal music on any of the music platforms, and you will notice that the tabla plays very slowly. The theka is very slow and the circle is very big. Now, if you listen to instrumental music, towards the end, an extremely fast form of the cycle is played, of the tal is played, and that is the Ati Drut lay. In terms of instrumental music, that is known as the jhala section, where the theka is played very fast. Let's take Teental and I'll try and show you how it is Ati Vilambit, Vilambit, medium tempo, fast and super fast, Drut and Ati Drut. Ati Vilambit would be dha, dhin, that's the second beat, dhin, third beat, dha, fourth beat, dha, etc. Vilambit would be dha, dhin, dhin, dha, trik, dha, dhin, and so on. Medium tempo would be dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha, din, din, na, ta, din, din, dha, dha. Drut would be dha, din, din, da, dha, din, na, trik, din, na, dha, din, da, dha, din, na, trik, din, na, dha. And Ati Drut would be dha, din, da, da, din, na, na, din, da, da, din, da, dha, din, da, da, din, na, na, din, da, da, din, da. And it can go much faster. There are various ways of playing the theka across the gamut of tempos, and the way we fill up or play minimalistic strokes depends on how we are playing or how we are going to accompany with what kind of instrument, what kind of vocal music, what kind of khayal. Often the weight of the theka, weight of the strokes, of each strokes of the theka, would depend on the situation of the music that's happening, and that is why chemistry between the tabla player and the vocalist or the instrumentalist is essential. I showed you how to count a tal on the grooves of your fingers. Now, another standardized way of keeping a count of the tal is by clapping and waving. Teental, in our example, has 4 divisions, right? So 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Now, the way we show that on our hands is clapping on the palm would be the first 4 beats, clapping on the fingers would be the second set of 4 beats, wave would be the third set of 4 beats, and then on the wrist would be the fourth set of 4 beats. So we get dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha, dhin, dhin, dha, na, tin, tin, na, titta, din, din, na, dha. Khali is represented by waving. And for supporting beats, except for the 1, 5, we are clapping loudly on the first beat, the loudest on the first beat. On 5, we are also having a strong clap. We are waving on the 9th beat, and on the 13th beat, also we are having a strong clap. Other beats, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, etc., we are counting on our fingers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, dha, din, din, dha, dha, din, din, dha, na, tin, tin, na, titta, din, din, dha. Let's take the second example of today as Jhaptaal, which is the tal of 10 beats. And like I said, a tal is not defined by just the number of beats, but the division of those beats. So in case of Jhaptaal, it's going to be 2, 3, and 2, 3. So 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3. The first 2 beats are dhin, na. Then the next 3 is dhin, dhin, na. The second set of 2, 3 is tin, na, which is the Khali version of dhin, na. So tin, na, and dhin, dhin, na, the last 3 beats. The way to represent that by the clap and wave system, since in Jhaptaal we also have 4 sections, as in 2 is one section, 3 beats is the other section, the second 2 is the third section, and the last 3 is the fourth section. We can use the system of Teental, the 4 partition system of the Teental, but not equal 4 beats, but 2, 3, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, dhin, na, dhin, dhin, na, tin, na, dhin, dhin, na. And dhin, dhin, na is also known as dhi, na, dhi, na, which is the same thing. The way we play it is Now let's take another tal known as Rupak. Rupak is the only tal where the first beat, the sum, is on a khali because the note doesn't have bass. The division of the tal is 3, 2, 2. 3 plus 2 plus 2, which is 7. Bols are tin, tin, na, 3, dhin, na, which is 2, and dhin, na. Tin, tin, na, dhin, na, dhin, na, tin. The clap and wave system for Rupak would be tin, tin, na. Remember that the stroke tin doesn't have bass, so we are going to wave on it. So tin, tin, na, dhin, na, dhin, na. So we are clapping on 1, 4, and 6. Tin, tin, na, dhin, na, dhin, na, tin tinna, dhinna, dhinna, tin. Another important word in the gamut of jargons used in Indian classic music is North Indian classical music, particularly, is known as jati. Jaati. The word jati has a completely different meaning in the Carnatic system of rhythm, and I'll make a tutorial on that separately. Jati means the number of notes that you're playing within a beat. Till now, we were counting the number of beats of a taal. Now, how you fill up each beat is jati. So, if you're using 4 notes per beat, that would be one jati. If you're using 3 notes per beat, that would be another jati. The most common jatis are Chatushra jati, Tishra jati, Khanda jati, Mishra jati, and Sankirna jati. The Carnatic system uses the word nadai or gati for the meaning of jati that we are using in this case. If I say Chatushra nadai, that would mean 4 notes per beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tishra jati is having 3 notes per beat. Chatushra jati is 4. Khanda jati is 5. Mishra jati is 7 and Sankirna jati is 9. Notice that I also left out 6, 8. 6, for example, is Tishra jati. 8 is Chatushra jati. 9 is, however, not Tishra jati, it's Sankirna jati. So you have to start from the root count and keep multiplying by 2 for it to be part of that jati. If we take Tishra jati, which has 3 notes per beat, you multiply that by 2, 6 is Tishra jati. You multiply that by 2, 12 is Tishra jati. You multiply that by 2, 24 is Tishra jati. For Chatushra jati, we start with 4. You multiply that by 2, 8 into 2, 16 into 2, 32. All of that is Chatushra jati. 12 would be 3 into 2 into 2. So 3 into 2, 6. 6 into 2, 12. So 12 would be Tishra jati. Another word that we must understand is akshara or microbeats. The number of notes that we were using to define jati is actually the aksharas. So Tishra jati has 3 aksharas or 6 or 12. Chatushra jati has 4 aksharas or 8 or 16, etc. Please do remember the word akshara as we will use it quite often in the future tutorials. Laghu is also another word that is quite often used in the North Indian classical music for microbeats. So laghu, microbeats, akshara, all has the same meaning in the north of India. Laghu, however, again in the Carnatic system has a completely different meaning. So we looked at a lot of these technical words in this tutorial. Try and remember them, and we will dive deeper into the real understanding of these words, the Taal, Aavartan, Theka, etc. in the other tutorials. The purpose of these tutorials is to inspire you to take up learning of tabla or rhythm seriously and not to replace an actual teacher. So if you're interested in learning these things seriously, you should get in touch with any of the tabla masters, or you can get in touch with me for the classes. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel. I also post a lot of interesting tabla recitals and collaborations with other artists.